Hello, beautiful AGLOW community. Welcome. I wanted to speak a little bit about what trauma-informed practices means to me. It really means that no matter what we're practicing, remember this is therapeutic practices that include yoga and yogic practices, as well as integrating. I'm a psychotherapist and I'm also a trainer of therapists. So I'm going to integrate therapies such as EMDR therapy, IFS therapy and parts work, transpersonal therapies, which really I feel like the yogic falls under, and then mindfulness, of course, which it also falls under mindfulness based practices and therapeutic practices, which is kind of an eclectic, the whole approach, and of course, somatic psychologies as well, that the integrative approach that I use as a counselor and psychotherapist, as well as a trainer of therapists, and then in my own yogic practices, and that I'm bringing hopefully these free therapeutic resources for all of you that hopefully will be helpful and hopeful. So, back to what is the trauma informed care to me? It just means this is your practice. Like, this is your personal journey and healing journey or journey towards embodiment. And these practices are guidances and they come from like my guidance, but that's it. They're just an invitation and a way of guiding and inviting you into practices, but it is yours. So nothing I say is the way that it has to be or go for you. It's your body, right? It's your mind, it's your spirit. So you feel into it. And as if I give an instruction or I guide in a certain way and you feel pulled to go in another direction, please do. Please do, right? Be creative. This should feel good, right? These practices are therapeutic in nature, so they really should feel good. And yes, metaphorically, and sometimes if we're using physical practices, literally, we may stretch ourselves and it may be a little uncomfortable. But the discernment of that is this is good. This is for my growth. It feels good to me to do this and to be on this journey and to stretch myself so that I can grow, but it shouldn't be painful. And if it's extremely painful or it's bringing up things that are painful, whether that is physically or psychologically, socially, spiritually, or energetically for you, then you have that choice. If it's too vulnerable to be in that space, then you honor that. And I honor you, right? This isn't supposed to look an exact way. It's really, we all have our own uniqueness and we all have choice in that and empowerment. And so you embody that and you put yourself in the direction or take yourself out or don't move or do what doesn't feel right. And also an invitation that you may have times where it's like, that's just a hard no, that doesn't feel good to me. I'm not going to go there. And certainly in the present moment, you decide that. But also an invitation that if you do discern and you look at, hey, I would really like to, even though that practice that is being put out there feels too vulnerable for me, or I'm not able to access it, or I'm too distracted, or it brings up something traumatic or difficult for me, whatever that is, those are just examples, right? That you also discern and say, hey, would I like to feel safe enough to be able to do that? Like, do I realize that in the present moment I am safe enough and I would like my nervous system to be able to embody that and integrate that and be able to do that? And maybe not do it exactly like someone else does it, but to be able to embody it and do that practice, then I say, hey, it's an invitation. You keep coming back. You keep coming back. I've been doing this since I was 21 years old. I have had to humbly step all the way back, move forward, move all the way back, come back again in every way. And it has been so therapeutic for me to continue to just show up. And then over time, to help my nervous system, my energy, and the parts of me to realize, hey, okay, I can do this, or I can do it in my way anyway. And I can practice this, and I can become embodied in even things that maybe were scary for me. Or over time, through these practices, I built enough space and energy to hold really difficult things. And that's really what this practice is. This is not really aesthetic practice. Like, I'm supposed to look really good. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to bend over backwards. I'm supposed to be able to meditate and not have a thought for 1 hour or a whole day. No, none of that. I am supposed to embody, hold a container, and be with all parts of me, be able to be more whole, to evolve and be a more conscious person, and to feel as healthy in this body and as a human on this earth as I can, right? And over time, that is the higher consciousness. And I do evolve and become more conscious and more actualized. And that it's through these practices. So this is an invitation to do it in your way, in your body, and to come together and just keep working it little by little, day by day. If it takes years, months, weeks, doesn't matter. So be it. It's about feeling good for you, and you choose that. If you don't like it, you throw it away. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a semblance. Much love. Practice on. Namaste.